Hi guys, YSO256 back with another video. And today we're going to be discussing something that potentially could have turned out bad for all of the Z fighters. What am I talking about, I hear you ask? Well, the subject of today's discussion is, what if Beerus had never woken up? Let's begin. So, our timeline begins not long after Goku has defeated Majin Buu, thanks to the Spirit Bomb. The Z fighters then had gone back to Earth and enjoyed a time of peace after having used the Dragon Balls to make the majority of the population of humans forget about Boo. Meanwhile, deep in space, on a destroyer's world, Whis is standing around waiting for Beerus to wake up. However, it doesn't seem like he's going to anytime soon. 4 years then pass, and we arrive around the time where Beerus is supposed to wake up to look for the Super Saiyan God. However, in this timeline, he simply just decides to forget about that stupid prophecy. He isn't even sure if it is true or not, and just decides to stay in bed for a few more decades. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Goku and Vegeta have been carrying on with their lives. Goku having been forced to do farm work and light training every now and again, whilst Vegeta spent his days training. But in this timeline, because they have not met Beerus or Whis, they are forced to stick with the three forms of Super Saiyan they know. They don't know anything about God or Blue. But this doesn't mean that just because they haven't gotten new transformations, that a certain tyrant won't. A year then passes, and the Frieza Force arrives on Earth at a time where Goku is on King Kai's world training with him, and Vegeta is busy at Capsule Corp training in the Gravity Room. They gather the Dragon Balls and summon Shenron. The dragon then speaks to them. I am the eternal dragon Shenron. Speak your wish and I shall grant it. They then ask for the Oneness Frieza to be revived, and the wish is made. The parts of Mecha Frieza then fall to the ground, and Shenron disappears. Quickly, the Frieza Force grabs the pieces of Frieza, get back onto their ship, and fly off into space, back to Frieza Planet 1. They then put Frieza's pieces into a rejuvenation chamber, and Frieza is restored back to his first form. The Tyrant then asks his soldiers what had happened in his absence over the last few years, and he is told about the leaps and bounds of training and strength that Goku had gotten. He then decides to train for 4 months, just like the original timeline, and eventually the Frieza Force arrives back on Earth with the Tyrant. An army of soldiers floods the planet, and the Z-Fighters come out to meet it instantly, thanks to Goku using instant transmission to teleport them all there. Goku and Vegeta then fought Frieza, whilst the rest of the Z-Fighters defeated Frieza's army with ease. The Tyrant had tried to fight them both first in his first form, but seeing as this was getting nowhere, powered straight to his final form. And even though he's gotten a lot stronger, the two Super Saiyan 2s are able to keep up with this new final form, getting slightly annoyed at being on the back foot again. Frieza powers up to his new evolution, his golden form, and this time, Goku and Vegeta can't do a thing about it. The power is too much for them to handle. Even when Goku tries using Super Saiyan 3, it's not enough. His stamina problems are still too bad to keep up, even worse than Frieza's in fact. The Tyrant then destroys Earth, killing millions, no, billions in the process, and goes off to rule over the universe whilst Beerus is asleep. He loved this, in the fact that he could get away with destroying planets, and once Beerus woke up, he wouldn't care. He enjoyed the fact that Frieza would do his job for him. Now, you're probably thinking, does this get any better for our heroes? Well, not exactly, guys. For you see, there's no Tornado Destroyer saga, and when Trunks arrives on Earth, because there's no Earth there, he sadly just dies in space. However, this gets even worse. For you see, deep off in another dimension, in a royal castle, talks had been going down between the Ombi King and his head angel, the Grand Minister. The Ombi King had not been liking the current affairs of the last 12 universes that have been allowed to live, after the original 18 had been around and 6 of them had been destroyed. The Ombi Kingdom decides that 8 of the universes shall be destroyed, and they are done with quick submission. The 7th universe, along with all the others, are then destroyed, and nothing is left other than the 4 universes that the Omni King and the Grand Priest deem worthy to exist. And that is where we leave things for this dark timeline. Well, guys, just goes to show that it probably was a good thing that Beerus came into the Z Fighters' lives. Otherwise, things probably would have gone downhill quite quickly. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in my next video. Also, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Take care now. Bye, guys.